Hi, it's Sherri from A Quilting Life, and I'm here today to share with you a quarter log cabin potholder. You know I love a good potholder pattern, and in fact, a couple of my potholder patterns here on the blog have been on the YouTube channel and on my blog have been some of the most popular things that people like. We have a patchwork potholder video that we've done in 2 different sizes, and we also have a string block potholder that we did. I think we did that one in 2 sizes too. But today we're doing a quarter log cabin potholder, and I have some tips and tricks for this. And it's not going to be a full-on tutorial, but you're going to get everything that you need to do. And we're going to pop up those other videos later at the end for some of the tips in there that we aren't exactly putting in here. One of those things is just how to put the potholder tab or hanger. If you want to add that, you can go back and watch that in the other video. But let's get started, and I'll go through and show you all about the quarter log cabin potholder, which I think is super cute and perfect to make this time of year for yourself or for gift giving just a couple months away. Okay, so here I am with another fun potholder. I've actually done 2 earlier potholder videos, and we can maybe pop a picture of those. I have a patchwork potholder that I did with 2 different sizes, and then we also did a string block potholder. Well, I decided that a quarter log cabin block would be a really fun potholder too, so that's what we're doing today. And this is a great little pattern that works with strips and scraps, and I do have a PDF that you'll be able to go get in my Etsy shop, and it has all of the exact measurements of the strips so that you can cut everything to size before you start. And I did actually lay this all out kind of before I started, and I'll just kind of show you what I did to begin. And you don't have to start in any, I've just got everything all mixed up, but you can do, I just kind of use the diagram on the PDF as a guide. I'll just kind of show you what I did here. And the reason I like to lay this out is because you don't want the same color touching, and so you want to make sure that you just kind of lay it all out. Anyway, you're just going to be building it a quarter in quarters, and so you can go, and so you're going to sew these 2 together, and then one here, and then one here, and then you're going to go back here, and then you're going to go here, and that's the thing too, you can keep from having the same fabric right next to each other if you lay it all out. Put in some, and also another thing I like to do, and I wanted to show you, is if I'm going to have a couple of lights, I don't like to have them all going the same way. So this one's already going horizontal and this one's going this way. So I'll probably not put this here. I'll probably wait and put one over here so it's going the opposite way. Just something I like to do with my scrap quilts. So let's go back. We've already got a blue going this way. My pieces are a little smaller, so I'm going to switch that with this. And you get the idea. You just are going to kind of build it and lay it out, and then you can go to your pattern, and you can, what I really recommend is cutting the strips the exact sizes in the pattern before you start sewing. Now let me show you. I've got another one laid out. And so again, I just played with it, and you just press as you add each strip, you press to the new strip that you've added. So the first 2, it doesn't really matter. I usually press to the darker strip, but then I press to strip 3 and then to strip 4, strip 5, strips, and you just continue pressing toward the most recent strip that you've added. And then we're going to just kind of build our potholder as we did in the other videos. And so I use a backing fabric, and it is about 1 inch larger all the way around. And then I put a square of batting that is the same size as my background square. Then I put 1 piece of Insulbright, which is a heat resistant product. I'll have that linked. You can buy it in small bags or by the yard if you're making a lot of projects. But then I also like to put another layer of batting. So I've got the backing, batting, Insulbright, and another layer of batting, and then my potholder top. Now, if you're going to quilt this, I really recommend that you use a walking foot and also increase your stitch length. So with this one, I think I increased it to 3.0 or 3.5 will work also. And I just quilted 1 line on each side of each strip. And then the other strips, I just did one side. If you wanted to put more quilting in, you could, but I kind of like it to be a little bit puffy in some of the areas. So I just did that simple quilting. And when you're done, you will want to sew all the way around the edges. And I just feel like that holds it together really well. Now, I did round the edges on this. You can use a spool of thread, or I really love, I have these creative grids. They're rotary cutting circles, and I really like the smallest circle, the 2.5 inch. And I just line that up and use my rotary cutter, and that's how I have rounded my corners. One thing though, if you round your corners, you will need to use a bias binding so that it will stretch around those corners. And we have a video for that, so we'll put a link to that video so that you can go watch about how to make a bias binding. And again, I really do like the look of my pot holders with the edges rounded. If you don't round the edges, that's fine too, and then you don't need to use the bias binding either. We also, if you want to put a little tab, you can. We have directions for that in our other pot holder video, and I will put a link to that video as well so that you can go see how to make that tab if you want to. You'll just need a 2.5 inch by 5 inch rectangle of fabric for that, and we've got the full tutorial in that other video for that. But anyway, I hope you'll enjoy just another, the holiday season is just around the corner, and so having another pot holder pattern is always a good thing this time of year. Okay, so that's it for the quarter log cabin pot holder. Again, I want to direct you to the other 2 pot holder videos that we have, because I did go to the sewing machine and sew and show you me actually quilting, and I believe we actually even showed adding the binding on that. And so you can get even more details. You get all you need from the PDF and from today's video, but then if you just need a little bit of extra help, if you've never sewn a pot holder before, it would be great to go back to those other 2 resources. And we will show the patchwork video up here. We'll have a link to the right here that you can go to, and then we'll show the string block pot holder right here. So we'll have both of those, and we'll also have them linked in the description as well. I hope that you'll enjoy making lots of pot holders, and if you enjoyed today's video, please share it with a friend, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thanks so much for stopping by.